Well, as we head into September and fall, I think it's time just to do another quick channel update. Hi there, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And usually about 3 or 4 times throughout the year, I do a little channel update to give you an idea what content that I plan to make and plan to work on. And of course, it all depends on, if I have time and all that. And I have to admit that especially this past summer, I've definitely been dealing with a lot more COVID fatigue and burnout, which definitely I was anticipating in the summer that I was going to be a lot more busier with Calgary Flames and Calgary Stampeders content, which I have because of Free Agent Frenzy, the draft. I throw in the Seattle Kraken expansion draft, but then that slowed down, and there's been a lot more Calgary Stampeders content now that the CFL season has been back. I mean, I mostly still do make Calgary sports content on my YouTube channel, but I definitely haven't had time to be able to make, my other secondary content with personal vlogs, attempt at comedy, and I did decide to take a break from my vlogging on the go, and also the fact that this past summer, it's been very hot, very, very hot, and smoky. So that definitely also took myself out of doing some more vlogging on the go. I mean, I did enjoy some time at the Calgary Stampede and a couple other swell festivals, including the Petapalooza. Definitely saw a lot of dogs, and I definitely wished I saw even more border collies, but if you like dachshunds, you definitely are in heaven if you went to that Petapalooza. But I would say now that we're going to the fall, I mean, the Calgary sports content will definitely ramp up even more as, football season still continues on. So, my Calgary Stampeders this month is back. And then with hockey coming back and supposedly starting at regular time this season for the 2021-22 season, yes, I'll be back with Calgary Flames and Calgary Hitmen content. So, I will be back with recapping, the games. I guess there'll be season 4 with my Calgary Flames and Calgary Hitmen game recaps. So that will be back, and any other major stories. But the one thing I'm still pondering, which I have done for the CFL with the terms of my shorts channel, because I did make a Brett Hornby shorts channel where I put my YouTube shorts exclusively on that channel. That I do post-game quick game recaps for Calgary Stampeders games. I am pondering if I would do that for Calgary Flames games. If I can do that for every game, after every game, when I can. I won't be able to do it, during the week at night, especially if it's a California game. When we're playing a California game, it starts at 8:30. I might try to do that, but don't hold me on that. It's easier for me to do football games because it only happens once a week and there's less of it. But I may do that on my YouTube Shorts channel. I still have lists of personal vlogs and attempt at comedy, but I'm definitely thinking that just gotta do the sports content in the meantime. Basically, it's if you watch my channel once a week, there'll be new content, and mostly on the weekends that I make new content. It's just, sometimes you get too busy, and then after work, you're just too tired and exhausted, and it has to take an extraordinary story for me to make something during the week. And sometimes you try to batch things out, and even then it seems like my weekends get shorter every weekend, if you know what I mean. But also in this fall, I do have some small trips planned. Being a Calgary Stampeders fan, I have already have my trip booked for the Labor Day rematch, so I'll head up to Edmonton for the weekend to obviously catch Stampeders up in Edmonton, watch them beat the Elks after we watch them beat the Elks on Labor Day Monday, as it usually has been the case the last few years. But then I also might be going to Banff for a day during my week off that I have taken off to hopefully recharge. And then I also have started planning on going to Regina for the weekend at Thanksgiving, so I catch the Stampeders in Regina. So I might be able to recharge when I can in between all those, and might get me back into making personal vlogs and attempt to comedy in my secondary content. But I'm just thinking the hockey season, the way it's going to be scheduled this season, especially, trying to cram it in with the Olympics. And yes, the NHL has made an official announcement that they will be going to the Olympics in Beijing next winter. So that's definitely going to compress the NHL schedule a lot more. But I'm just hoping that I can get back into that. I haven't forgotten about it, and I haven't abandoned it. It's just, I only got so much time to make content, and obviously the sports content is what I mostly do and mostly enjoy doing, and that's what gets me the most views overall. So obviously going to keep doing that. But one thing that I'm hoping I might get to do, which maybe I'll get to do in a couple weeks, is with my vlogging on the go. I did my recap where I revisited all my schools that I went to in the past. Well, what I plan to do is I want to do a recap. It'll be here, and I'll show some relics and fill in some gaps that, sometimes when you're vlogging on the go, you might say things and it doesn't quite come out, or you thought of something after you recorded. So my plan is I'll do that hopefully within a month. I'll do a school recap and still show some relics that I have in that. So that'll kind of be a big, video project that I'm planning on doing. That's non-Calgary sports related. I already made the thumbnail for the video, but I just want to go through chronological order and fill in the gaps for all the schools that I've recapped and shared. And there was a few things that I left out. There are a few other things that definitely stressed because those are my biggest memories, ranging from what the connections I made or what activities I did. And of course, the farting in the lunchroom, which it's funny you still remember those things, over 30 years later. But I think that's going to be one thing that I'm hoping to do within a month. But basically, in this fall update, you're just going to see a lot more Stampeders and hockey content with the Calgary Flames and the Calgary Hitmen. And then, of course, I am planning on re-upping my season tickets for the Calgary Roughnecks. And that season will get going in December. So once again, to the winter part of the year and going to 2022, I do plan on, having Roughnecks content as well. So I'm still anticipating a busy, few months now that we're technically, I guess you can still officially say it's still summer, but it's essentially fall with everybody back in school, and my news feed is blowing up with all the first day of school posts. That I always have to do that sarcastic tone, gee, is it the first day of school? I can't tell. And then wish them luck. And I definitely relate to, especially the students a lot more that have a learning disability, because I did share in my school videos that I have a learning disability. I was in special ed in elementary, and on one hand, I don't let it define me who I am, but on the other hand, it defines me who I am at the same time, and I've been more open about that. I guess it's one of those things that this pandemic has changed, but I've just been trying to manage COVID fatigue and burnout, but I don't want to be one of those that makes a video and say, hey, I'm burnt out, I'm taking a break, I'm going to be gone for 6 months, and then come back and be all gung-ho and make 100 videos and then disappear for another 8 months. At least I have somewhat of a manageable upload, but it's just there is still content that I like to make, but it's just I only have so much time and energy to do it. Still working and still want to keep growing on this platform, and it's not the threshold yet where I can make money on the side, but I still enjoy doing it. But it's just finding the balance. So that's just basically my channel update. Now that we're into September 2021, going into the fall, I'm definitely looking forward to the CFL season keep going, ramping up. Now that we're into Labor Day, and then hockey season coming up. And of course, this is my main channel. Brett Horby Shorts is my secondary channel, that's the channel that I use to experiment with short form content. So as I say, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, home of the Flames, Hitmen, and Roughnecks, Stampeders, mostly do talk Calgary sports on my YouTube channel, as I mentioned. And then when I have the time and energy, which hasn't been much of lately, I do have personal vlogs attempt to call me, and I do share my experience on the road at a sport event and log on the go, but hopefully I can maybe have the time to get more of that back on this channel. But if that all sounds like it'd be interesting to watch, to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, you know what you do, just make sure you hit like, subscribe. I also have my other social links down in the description below. And then I got my Brett Hornby Shorts channel, which is my second channel that is exclusively what I put on there for shorts, YouTube shorts, using that format. And then I also would eventually plan to use that channel for eventually to do live streams, but I still feel I need to build up enough of an audience and just to find a particular time if there was enough demand for me to do any live streams, but I would also do it on that channel as well, because I watched enough YouTubers over time, and here's some advice that sometimes it's more wise to put some specialty content on a secondary channel, including live streams, just how the algorithm works. But of course, I appreciate the like and subscribe on both channels. By the way, do follow along this Calgary sports fan's journey. So as I want to say, thanks for watching, and hopefully look forward to what I plan to do in the fall, or looking forward to, more hockey content once the hockey season gets going. And of course, the CFL has now, even though Labor Day is always looked upon as the traditional second half of the season, but it won't really start till the end of September, given how the pandemic has screwed everything up and all that. But it is what it is. So as I say, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.